Splendastic. Splendastic. Um, Maybe it hasn't been. Maybe it's been stressful. I've had a pretty stressful week with finals. You could be stressed out for any reason at all. It's it's never a good feeling, but today, hopefully, I can alleviate some of that stress with a few triggers, some new, some old, and hopefully they will calm you down, alleviate some of that stress. The nicest part about putting on an ASMR video is you can kind of take a mental reset. You kind of put everything behind you just for a little bit. Just give yourself some much needed attention and alone time and self-care. So that way, going forward, you can operate at maximum efficiency, so to speak. So that's gonna be kind of the purpose of today's video. My first trigger, my girlfriend got this for me for my birthday actually. A jean wallet. If you open it up, it actually looks like a pair of shorts, which I think is pretty awesome. And I was playing around with it earlier, and I realized that it actually makes some really lovely sounds. So let's give the jean wallet a listen. What do we think of the jean wallet so far? Is it sounding good? Give it some love taps. Ooh, I quite like that. It kind of sounds like a soothing back scratch. Scratch, 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 scratch. Scratch, 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 scratch. Relax. Relax. surprises me. But the ASMR community is just so loving and accepting of new creators. It's really awesome. Ooh, that's perfect. My nails hitting that just right. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. That will do it for the Gene wallet. Thank you, Gene wallet. Next up, I have a totally real, legitimate, vintage Game Boy. Not color, not Game Boy Advance SP, none of that. Just an actual Game Boy. Now I found that its buttons make quite pleasing noises. So we're just gonna give a good listen to the Game Boy buttons. And yeah, tell me what you think. What I like about the Game Boy, well, for one, its battery life lasts forever. This is my dad's, and I don't think he's changed it since he's a kid, and it still works. I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan, so it's pretty cool to play like the classics, like Super Mario Land, Super Mario Land 2, Super Mario Land 2 on this thing. Once you figure out the lighting and the contrast, it's actually a pretty cool game. Same with Tetris. It's always fun to play something like Tetris on an old piece of crap like this. Try not to use the Game Boy screen to reflect my camera. Oh, there's me. Go to sleep. Relax. Another thing nice about this Game Boy, the backside has all of these little ridges So actually you can make a really nice purring sound if you try. Can you hear that? I have to kind of go slow. There's not a lot of ridges to purr. Switch back and forth a little bit. Hopefully, you're a lot more relaxed, calm, and serene than you were before you started this video. If you're not, that means I failed my job, and I get a demotion. But that's okay. Go to sleep. Let's just listen to this Game Boy for a little bit more, then we can move on. That will do it for the Game Boy. Next up, I have our old friend, the Gork Coaster. Let's just do this for a few minutes and we can move on. This is a Lego Game Boy, made entirely out of Lego. This was one of the more fun Lego sets I've ever built. It was pretty easy, but it was still fun, satisfying. It's really cool to compare this to the actual Game Boy since I have both. The buttons are a little less buttony. Everything's a little more Lego-y, but that makes sense, so can't be too upset about that. Let's give it a listen. I would build a Lego set for an ASMR video if anyone's interested in that. Seems like a pretty fun time. It'd have to be something easy though. Like Lego Duplo. Do they still make Lego Duplo? I hope so. See how the select and the start buttons aren't actually, they're not actually buttons. They're just kind of like, I think they're wheels, they're tires, that you just like jam in there. And you can kind of press them, and they kind of feel like a button. Surely by now you've got to be knocked out, you know. We're barely hanging on to consciousness. I'm already getting sleepy making this video. Let's just listen to this Lego Game Boy for a little longer and we can wrap this up. That will do it for the Lego Game Boy. I want to thank everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much.